LeBrack. Let me see what LeBrack talking about. First of all, let me say I appreciate you, LeBrack. Thank you for the 50 ball. There are some foul people.
What's going on, guys? We're back with another one. And yeah, we definitely need to talk about this. Anton Daniels has now issued an apology to Kwame Brown after someone jumped into his live stream this morning and told him he misunderstood what Kwame was saying and doing. Mainly because people in his chat convinced him Kwame was only taking shots at Anton and not calling out Corey, too. But listen, the clips of Kwame's content that I've seen show him criticizing both sides, saying he didn't agree with the daughter situation and everything that was playing out on screen. At the same time, he still hasn't directly criticized his own daughter up to this point. Now, there were jokes made about Anton's wife and even Anton himself, especially after Anton suggested that Kwame used to be riding with him heavy back in the day, I'll keep it YouTube friendly, but is now aligned with Corey. That whole idea came from comments someone dropped in the chat, even though Anton hadn't actually watched Kwame's full content to verify things before reacting. So essentially, he jumped out the window based on secondhand info. And with that said, here's what Anton had to say in response.
LeBrack. Let me see what LeBrack talking about. First of all, let me say I appreciate you, LeBrack. Thank you for the 50 ball. There are some foul people in your comment section that need to be checked. They set up the Kwame Brown thing. He didn't say anything about you. He critiqued the video of you and Corey. Your chat came in and lied to you. Now Kwame is beefing with you. So you're saying that we got some agents, huh? Interesting. LeBrack, are you saying that I got agents in here that are sowing seeds of discourse? If that be the case, he said he right about that, Lonnie Clark. All right, well, let me go ahead and issue a formal apology then. Let me go ahead and issue a formal apology. Because if that be the case, then me lashing out, you ban some people from the Discord too? Okay. Well, if that be the case, and me having to lash out, let me tell you something. When somebody says something foul about certain things, and so I might have jumped the gun then if that's the case. I might have jumped the gun. All right. I don't have time to watch 6-hour live streams. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have time to do certain things. What I did see, though, I'm going to tell you what I did see. I did see somebody that used to be on my Wednesday night shows on there saying foul shit, and that was it. And so it's cool. Listen. If I jump the gun, then I'm man enough to say that I jumped the gun and I shouldn't have. And so let me take responsibility for that. However, what I do think happened is that I also probably brought out what people was really thinking, but they wasn't saying it until I jumped the gun. So it is my fault and my responsibility if that's the case. If he hadn't said anything up to that point, then that's my fault, and I apologize for that. But what I also notice is that people, this is the thing that I don't like. Let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like when people attack the people around me and they don't keep it on me. See, when I go off on people, whether I'm right or wrong, I'm going at them. When I go off on people, I go at them. When somebody attack my daughter, wife, any of that type of stuff, it don't matter what I did. It don't matter what I did, because for me, the rules of engagement is you keep family out of it. So for me, like, again, the rules of engagement is that you keep family out of it. Unless they are a content creator or unless they doing all of that, then you know what I'm saying? If they just regular civilians, you keep regular civilians out of it. So for my part, LeBrack, based off of what you're saying, I apologize for that. But I'm not cool with people saying the wildest shit that they say. And so I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right. It's a new week. It's a new week. I'm trying to be nice guy today. You said my rules, not everybody else's. Yeah, I got some rules that I'm gonna implement on some people too. Oh, trust me. Listen. If you thought that I was playing this cool, and this don't have nothing to do with Kwame, whatever. If you thought that the rules that y'all, the streets said was the rules that we were supposed to play by, that those was the only rules, cool. Listen, every reaction has another reaction, has another reaction, has another reaction. And so at some point, somebody gonna have to say, hey man, let's just move on. But until then, for my next three acts, until it goes away, then it's just up from there. All right. Because the minute that somebody attacks my underage daughter, that's different. So cool.
So that was Anton spilling his side. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments. He says he apologizes for jumping out the window, but he also feels like when he did, people finally said out loud what they already thought about him, and some buried feelings came to the surface. Now, some folks will say, look, once you step out there and say certain things and the gloves come off, that's just how some people operate. You can't start a war, whether it's verbal or physical, and assume you know how far the other person is willing to take it. People will do whatever they believe gives them the upper hand, because at that point, folks aren't thinking calmly. They're focused on winning whatever the situation becomes. If it's a war of words, they want to win that. And if it turns physical, they want to win that too. So when you spark something, you might have limits in your mind, but someone else may be working with a very different set of boundaries. That's why a lot of people try to avoid confrontations going too far, because they know exactly how far they themselves are willing to go. There are plenty of people sitting in jail or lying in cemeteries because they thought they understood the rules of engagement and decided to push the button, and usually it goes further than expected. Once it gets messy, you can't really control it, so it is what it is. Now, what Anton was hinting at involved some of the things Corey Holcomb did. We all know what happened. He put his daughter on the screen. He never said her name, but everyone knew it was Anton's daughter. Anton later said his daughter's name himself. And then there was the comment about Kwame supposedly being on his jock back in the day. Then Kwame, went on talking about Anton's wife a little bit during one of his live streams. And that's what Anton is referencing at the same time, basically saying you just can't start these situations because people play by different rules than you do. Anton also hinted at potential legal action against Corey Holcomb. He made it clear that once his daughter's involved, he's not playing by street rules anymore. He's going through the legal system. That's kind of what he's alluding to when he talks about his next 3 moves. So Corey has other things to worry about, especially with that video now out there. You also have the comedian, what's her name, Payne. She did an interview with Tasha K on TMZ, and that video seems to contradict some of what Corey was saying, like claiming she was stalking him when she was really just talking. Some people are saying he should have walked away instead of engaging. So that situation is still unfolding, and Corey's got that to deal with. I'm curious to see how Kwame responds, because in one of his live streams, he said that Anton didn't even watch what he said before jumping out the window. We'll see how that plays out. I just wanted to show this clip because Anton did apologize for his part in it. We'll see where it goes from here. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.